a Game 5. I thought it was going to be a quicker series, but they extended it for our viewing pleasure.
Yeah, too right. They're very kind there. Just realizing, hold on a second. This isn't what people expect from us. They don't expect clean 3-0s, far less a perfect 1-0, 1-0, 1-0 sweep. Got to throw in a couple losses. Keep people guessing. Scrubkill is all about the content, you know? Yes, he's a competitor, but he's also very big on making the journey just as exciting as the destination.
Being a world champion, he knows how to make it interesting and how to entertain. Scrub getting demoed there by Steak. Tox did well to get a second touch on that, messing up Tho's challenge. Noli going for the 50. That'll push it up the side. Though the speed missed on the challenge, however. Tox testing the backboard. Scrub lets that get away from him. Steak the shot, and that'll sneak in just inside the post.
Yeah, careless first touch by Scrub. He's got two options there. He can either take it up onto the ceiling and go after it, or he can, you know, keep it near the back wall and bring it down with him. But there he is, sort of in between the two. He made the first touch as if he was going to play for the ceiling clear, and then he drove down the wall and just could not catch up to it in time. Looks like he may have driven into someone at the bottom as well. But yeah, the Giants are not a team that you can give these chances to. They are such a fast Rocket League team. And if you allow them some free run-ins at the ball, they're going to take it. Watch out for the rebound speed as well. These guys don't mess around.
And almost they took advantage of a second defensive mistake. That shot challenging. Just high, however. So first touch control. We'll go for the 50. Scrubkilla all the way in the back. He'll be slow to this ball. Steak hits it right to him, however. Tox floats a clear up by the ceiling and gets the challenge, going for multiple touches. Scrub coming in to back up Noli.
Really curious to see what kind of overall strategy we'll see from Guild. Well, what they're doing right now is not working. No one covering the infield pass, and this is a really well hit play from Steak. I don't think anyone on Guild was expecting him to go that direction. He was making it look like he was going to go for a wall play or a ceiling play maybe. But we've not really got a chance to see what Guild's game plan is. Are they going to try and slow this game down, get Giants out of their comfort zone, or are they going to take them on in that mechanical war? If nothing else, I'm sure that Guild are confident in that battle. That's a bit unfortunate for Giants, but they're going to roll with that one as well.
And it's more than just a mechanical war. It seems like the Giants are winning on that battlefront, but we saw team bump and all the misses as well. The Giants
was there
getting chance after chance. It looked like it was a team bump. They ran into each other. And then on that play before, Scrub and Noli both went for the same corner boost. That's why the net was so open.
Yeah, these things do happen for Guild. Well, they have been happening recently. And I think that, you know, as the season progresses, we're likely to see that less and less. It's not like these guys aren't trying to improve in their weaknesses, but for now, they are clearly being exposed as Giants just first to the scene every single time a ball spills out into the middle.
And getting exposed over and over. Their defensive mistakes costing them. Guild leaving so much room for the Giants to come in and punish. And we're seeing the punish come out. Another chance on kickoff, infield pass. No one was there. Perhaps looking for the shot.
Yeah, what do you think so far? Can Guild keep up with Giants if Giants just play their usual pace and they play as consistently as they have in recent tournaments? Like the analyst desk mentioned in the pre-show, if you had to pick one team recently in EU who would be the consistent one, it would have to be Giants. They were only knocked out of the first regional by BDS, who went on to win the whole thing, and that was a Game 5 loss. They've come top 4 in every single week of the grid so far. So these are the guys who are putting up some kind of consistency. Guild, meanwhile, they are back to their unfortunately inconsistent ways. As another clean whiff comes in from Nolly, who was playing a blinder earlier. Now looks like he's aerialing while literally blind, like just missing the ball entirely. What's going on?
That is rough. Noli, big whiff there. So many mistakes. And honestly, Johnny, you have the consistency of the Giants, who they seem to bring to every single game, hence the consistency we're seeing. And Guild, it's hard to even know what's going on for Guild. I've seen so many missteps.
Yeah.
Missed balls, missed touches. This game is one to forget for Guild as the Giants go up 5-0 as we approach the final minute of game one.
Consistently inconsistent, James. That is all you can say about Guild. Consistently out of position, maybe. Consistently in each other's way, perhaps. But definitely not consistently bringing their best performances to the RLCS X level. Definitely not the regional level so far. But there's time yet. This is still game one. Yes, it's a crushing defeat. Well, at least it appears to be. I've been criticized recently for calling games too early, but I would definitely say that this one is over.
Almost 5-goal comeback. You don't even see that, let alone in 30 seconds. But I'm with you. There's still time to get some sort of positivity going into the next game. This game was all bad, has been all bad for Guild. Scrub under 100 points. We've seen him make a few mistakes as well. And the Giants just keep rolling. Everyone producing on their end. And we see another one.
You know, it's funny you mentioned the points. We all know Scrubkilla is really big on the scoreboard and his position on the scoreboard. He's not just competing against the opposition when he takes the field, he's competing against his teammates. And right now, he is losing on both of those fronts. I had a chance to talk to Arsenal from Space Station Gaming about that, and he actually takes the complete opposite side, or the opposite goal from Scrubkilla. Scrub's trying to top the scoreboard. Arsenal and SSG is actually just trying to let his teammates top the scoreboard to make them feel better. So maybe a lesson to be learned there for Scrubkilla, because this has not been a good game one for him or the team. 6-0 Giants. They're playing pretty well. 2 goals from each of the players. That's a perfect split.
A perfect split indeed. Teamwork. That's just what you expect from the Giants. When you are a consistent team, you have everyone out there on the field playing their best day in and day out. And that was the case in game one for Guild. Not so much. Started off with some mistakes and they kept coming. And not only that, but when you have the opponent executing, hitting their mark, hitting these shots, playing with speed, it's going to make for a bad day. And it was a bad day out there, or at least right now in game one.
Yep, this is not looking good for Guild. And if this was just an isolated incident of them not playing a good game, then we wouldn't be too bothered by that. It does happen no matter who you are. Even the best teams in the world and the best teams historically for Rocket League, they can lose a 6-0 every now and then. It does happen because this is such a fast-paced game, and a game where so much can happen so quickly. So many goals can fly in so quickly. But this is unfortunately a recurring theme for Guild throughout this year so far, and they have to try and change it up before long. If they give Giants just a goal or two in this game, then I can already see them just resigning this series and trying again in the next one.
But in the first 30 seconds, we're seeing some life out of Guild. Game one, a wash. Game two, showing some promise. This shot off the crossbar. Noli coming in just late.
That one was set up by a Scrubkilla pre-jump, actually. He was up very early for the rebound, which went into the crossbar, but of course that allowed Tho to take a pre-shot on net. Rarely will Tho miss the target with those, but this was one of those times. Noli today has been the consistent striker, so they're maybe just looking to get him as involved as possible. Look for where he is and play it in front of him. You don't want to give Noli a standstill ball. You got to run it into his path so he can get some speed built up in the run-up. He's not one for generating a ton of power from a standstill.
Yeah, give him that runway. Let him work his placement. Time that flip perfect for the most power. And the air dribble from Scrub is going to kick a rebound out for Noli. But Stake breaks the play up, though. Trying to work that through the corner. Scrub denying it. We're seeing a lot of pressure from Guild. So much possession, and Scrubkilla sails this one in from the corner.
What a surprise. The Giants did not think Scrub was going to take a shot from here. They were ready to cover the infield pass, maybe. I think they were lining up to intercept something, rolling off the back wall, perhaps. But the direct shot from that angle was powerful and accurate from Scrubkilla. Way to step up after a disappointing game number 1. Can though add to that now. He's got an ollie on the infield. Nice save by Steak.
Good recovery. It looked to be a kickoff goal chance. Scrub, that selfishness on the score line, maybe that's paying off. Who needs to pass when you can score yourself? See if that strategy keeps working.
Yeah, you got to mix in the shots, especially from positions where passes are possible. Keep the other team guessing. If you go for an infield pass from that position every single time, then it's much more likely that they're going to be intercepted. But now you got to think that the infield pass is even more effective of a strategy for Guild to utilize, because they've taken a shot and scored it from a pass or a position where usually the pass will be the play the teams go for. Now that shot by Scrub was nowhere near as deadly. Wide and slow, so definitely not hitting full stride yet. No, he is though. Oh, what a way to go 2-0 ahead, destroying Zamway, who is waiting for the ball to come to him.
Oh, he pre-flips, gets the demo, even touches it a little bit. Nolly with the play there. 2 solo plays now for Guild. We saw them struggling, each of them in their own way, game 1. Game 2, offensively. Just like that, State comes in to punish off kickoff. We'll take a look at this one again.
Yeah, Scrubkilla is so ready to jump. You can see that as soon as Tox flipped into the ball there, Scrub was immediately up in the air. He didn't wait to see where the ball was going. He didn't wait to see how fast it was going. He's got the itchy trigger finger perhaps, and that kind of jumpiness in defense, that panic, is a real problem for Guild. They've got to take their time, and Scrub's such a great goalkeeper reactively. Why would he go in for that without waiting to see where it's going? Well, they have been punished for it. 1-goal game. Big win in the midfield by Tho. He's still up for this on the rebound. Tho makes it 3-1. That is a brilliant read off the back wall.
Tho going for that one, wins a huge first challenge. Had to use his boost perfectly. Great read, gets demoed just as he lands, but it was too late. The trigger was pulled. Shot on target. And Guild get an insurance goal, up by 2, and I think they need it. We've seen how quickly the Giants can strike and how quickly things have fallen apart at times on defense for Guild. But now they have some room to work things out.
And it'll be a feel-good game for Guild. Not only have they got themselves in front, but everybody's scored a goal. Nobody's gonna, feel the need to step up any further or feel like they're getting carried. And it's funny that some teams, you really do have to worry about that. Like, is there going to be a problem here in the comms? Does somebody feel like they're not contributing to this win? I think there's some teams in high-level Rocket League who really will not care. I'm thinking in particularly Greasy and Magnifico. If he's getting carried because Mets and Atomic keep scoring goals and assisting each other, he's not going to mind. But if Scrubkill is getting carried by Nolly and Tho, you just know that that's going to bother him, even if they get the win. So luckily that hasn't happened. He's got on the score sheet again. 4-1 Guild. This is exactly what they needed.
This was the response you're looking for. In game 1, you could tell Guild was just not playing their usual game. The Giants, game 2, they come out, shut down pretty much from kickoff. Let's see if they can pick it up in this final minute. Steak forces a double commit out of Guild. Zamway will bounce it into the middle. Scrub delaying it, going for the 50 rebound to Noli, and he'll power that through. 5-1 Guild.
Scrubkilla with multiple fakes in this approach, and for a good reason. There's nothing else that he can really do here. If he knows if he takes a shot, Steak's going to save it because there's no run-up available to him, so he might as well try and get Steak to jump out of the way. Pre-jumps have been so common recently that if you just bunny hop on the spot like Scrub does here, there's always a chance that Steak will just jump out of the way. And even if he doesn't, he's got Nolly in a follow-up position with momentum. Goalie's always going to be second best in that position.
Now, the closer you can get that ball to a 50 on the goal line, the better it is for you if you're on offense. Scrub getting that ball inched closer and closer, getting the rebound opportunity for his teammates. Game 2, a completely different story. Seeing a bit of back and forth. Scrub gonna try to get one more play going. Nolly with the back pass. Now Zamway trying to end the game on a positive note, but it doesn't happen. Guild with a big win in game 2.
Yeah, and a big step up as well by Scrubkilla, not only making some big impact plays in offense, but not really making any mistakes in defense. And it was just, for the most part, calm defending. I say that he didn't really make any mistakes. He did make one. The one goal that would have been Giants to score, it was on a bad clear by Scrub. But besides that, their positioning was a lot more safe. They didn't get completely caught out of position and off the goal line by random hard clears like they did in the first game. And that kind of reserved sitting back with their third man is something that I want to see more of from Guild. It's less likely that double commits are going to happen if their entire team spreads out as much as possible.
Yeah, that spacing's so important, especially on the counterattacks. When you are locked in on your half, if you've got good spacing, you can find that teammate at the mid or on the other side of the field to work with them and get the ball cleared. That was something the Giants seemed to be struggling with. They were locked down off kickoff by Guild. Guild getting 2 solo goals to start out the scoring as well. Game 3, we'll see which way it goes.
Yeah, a good ball chase from Tox on his recovery there. You know, it's often preached to new players of Rocket League, rotate back post, rotate away from the play when you're coming out of offense. But at the highest level, we see a lot more players just going straight back towards the play if they can make a challenge from behind. So it just makes it easier for the goalkeeper. It makes it easier for the third man to know that he's got time to react. He doesn't have to wait until the last second to make a save. You just see the ball coming from further away. That's something I expect both these teams to be utilizing to great success.
When you've got such fast players on the pitch. Oh, the shot save from Tox, who was on empty at the end of that play. Scrub. It wasn't a bad shot either. Follow up off the crossbar, though couldn't hit the rebound either. Good pressure from Guild, but they still go away empty-handed.
Yeah, they were dominating the boost battle for a minute there. Nolly will not be happy about that clear. You know, these clears, although they're hitting the ball into the orange half, they're not really doing anything. There's no pressure following them up. They're not into positions that can be knocked on by another Guild player. And to make matters worse, there are options to pass in defense for Guild. They've just squandered a couple of opportunities. Giants struggling to make anything happen on their counter-attacking plays as well. Oh, that's a great dodge by Nolly. Really saved it to the last second. Let's see if either team can step up the passing game. We've seen plenty of good solo plays, but the passing is still an unexplored avenue.
We'll see if those passes come to fruition. Still scoreless. Game 3. Game 1, heavily in favor of the Giants. Game 2, the Giants, or the Guild rather, punched back. And Game 3 is a deadlock.
It looks like Guild really do, but they fancy their chances in just a full-on mechanical war, just to continue to race to the ball. And I don't blame them for that. These guys are very quick, and if they're playing well, they can definitely go toe-to-toe with anyone in that regard, even the Giants, who you already know, every single series the Giants play, they're going to try and beat you to the ball. Hold on a second, though. Scrubkilla has found his way into the net from a ridiculous position. He had every single Giant in the way, and he still got this one through. It looks like it may have been an own goal. It was. He bumped Samway into it. 1-0. Scrubkilla picks it up just before halftime.
I love that. He punished the Giants for not coming up to challenge that ball. They thought he was going to go for an infield pass, perhaps a double tap off the backboard. So they just were stationary in net. Scrub going for a creative play, and you could tell that the Giants were not expecting it, and they were not ready.
Yeah, Giants are boost starved, and they have been for quite a long time in this game. They haven't been able to really counter-attack with more than one player, because if you look at the boost amount of most of the players are switching to, there just really isn't enough to make a good play on the ball. Now that's a good pass off the diagonal wall. Burst life into Giants. Tox is there for the finish. All it took was one real opportunity. Great vision by Stake. Not once, but twice.
Yeah, the give and go still on the back wall. The finesse on that pass out. And top it off with a great strike from Tox. There's that passing you were looking for. The Giants working magic, especially Steak on that backboard.
Yeah, it's a really good pass off the diagonal ball initially. It's so easy to fall into the trap of just trying to smack the ball as hard as you can off the back wall, but that diagonal wall makes it much harder for the defense to read. They're not as used to seeing the ball come off that surface, and it does tend to run away from them. That's really all that Giants needed to surprise Guild, get them all facing the wrong way, and catch them when they weren't paying attention to the incoming play. Is that the turning point here? Giants are hunting again, looking for another lead. Nolly and Tho both flying forward. Good defense by Tux. He got away from both of them.
Talks like the scene in The Matrix. Dodging left and right all around. Escapes that play. And now trying to get a shot towards net. This one dangerous. Talks will be last back again, and Tho will give up possession. A bit of a panicky play there.
Yeah, I don't know what on earth Tho is playing at, because it looked like Scrubkilla had control and Tho just came in and took it off him. I mean, you know, we were joking earlier that they're trying to have a little inter-team battle for top of the scoreboard, but I really doubt that's the motivation there. They're just getting in each other's way, and Guild need to calm down. They need to give each other some space to work with and just let the plays develop.
Perhaps that's why Guild has been able to boost starve the Giants so well, as they have been going all out, even so much as to take it off of their teammates.
Yeah, Giants with that boost are like fish out of water. They really don't want to play that game. I mean, nobody does, but especially with their play style, trying to get into the air as often as possible, try and rebound as early as possible. Those both need tons of boost to make happen. And Guild are aware of that. They're trying to consistently run into the back corners. I mean, that's the one motivation for making these hard clears so often. Just get a hard clear, nip in, grab the boost, get out. But they haven't got a lead or a winning position out of it just yet, and Giants are coming forward again.
Talks. Go back. The challenge is low. Scrub will cut off Nolly. Now Steak will be the beneficiary. Lobs it up high, will follow it, gets a bump. Zamway tried to hurl that off the backboard. Nolly will come in. Steak on the corner. We've seen him in that position before. Work wonders, but the play was cut out. Now the ball goes out to the middle. Scrub with a bit of space will miss hit it. Steak has Zamway to his left, but he goes for the pass off this backboard. Leaves it for Talks, but Nolly will come in.
Yeah, Nolly did well there. He needed to challenge as early as possible, or at least make his presence known to force a play out of Steak before he got into a position to shoot from. Heavy first touch by Tho, but there's no closing down. And he's going to go all the way almost. Great mind game by Tho, and now still a chance for Guild, but the shot goes away from Scrub. Talks has possession now at the left-hand side. Scrub secures mid-boost and the back corner as well. That should be enough for Guild to hang on.
Talks has been left as last man back so many times as we see a double commit come out. Chance for Talks. He's airborne, goes for the shot. That one off the post. Rebound to Steak. And he'll end game 3 with a bang.
And Guild were just not at home. Scrubkilla thought that first shot was on target. And to his dismay, he sees it hit the inside of the post and bounced into the middle to give Steak a far easier opportunity. This is a really interesting game. Several chances for Guild to take it all. And, you know, there's still a few of these moments. Every now and then we see miscommunications for Guild. We see Tho tackling Scrubkilla. We see random double commits just purely by positioning, where the camera pans across to the Guild side of the field and it's like they're trying to parallel park beside each other. I don't know what gets them so tied up in these positions, but there's definitely something going wrong for Guild. It really does take the wind out of their sails. You know, every time they make one mistake, you just think, "Uh-oh, it's happening." it's another bottle job, like Shogun would say. Luckily, they're, you know, kind of going close to the Giants here, which is impressive, but they need 2 in a row now. Giants on double match point.
The Giants, I thought what they did best was, you know, working with each other, keeping that spacing clean, relying on Talks to make those tough defensive stops when he's last back. trusting in each other. And that seemed to be missing for Guild, as we saw even near the end of that game, Johnny, like you're pointing out. Stepping on each other's toes a bit.
Yeah. Not very good wingmen for each other.
It'd be fun to watch them out on the town.
Oh, no, that's good. That's some Scrub Killer IRL stream content.
That's good content.
I think everybody wants to see. Oh, that would be special. Scrub and Tho trying to go out and persuade anyone to have a conversation with him. That would be really good. I think that would be harder than getting the wins in these games. There'd be some combination.
But they have a bigger problem to deal with right now. Giants, one game away from taking it cleanly and moving on into the next stage. The shot will be high stake. That touch will delay. Backward pass. Nolly's there. He'll punch that one in. Scrub does well to poke this one around the defense.
Yeah, I love that Scrub's using the underside of the car here just to make sure that he doesn't smack it too hard off the near post and kill the opportunity before it starts. And Nolly was just there to make the goal a bit bigger. It's either Scrub scores or it hits the bar and Nolly's there for the rebound. 1-0 Guild. The only question is, will they be able to go flawless for the next 4 minutes, or are the mistakes going to come? Oh, well, that might have been a mistake, but we'll have to take another look at it. Stake's shot was good, though couldn't keep it out. He only managed to put it in the other corner of the goal.
You can see that, and that was, you know, it's tough to tell how that was going to bounce off the post.
I don't think he could save it. Yeah, it looked like all he could do is hit it into his own net, to be fair.
Well, I guess all you can do is hope that maybe your teammate can hit it off the bounce, but that was a pretty hopeless situation.
Ideal for Giants, who look pretty good still. Even on the back of a large loss that they received in game number 2, you're never really too worried about them. They're one of those teams who can bounce back from that. We're a lot more concerned when Guild were the receiving end of that heavy defeat. So that can sometimes just be the start of their tumble down a very steep hill. Scrubs missed this. Now Tox has a rebound. He's trying to read this very awkward bounce. He's done well. What a play by Tox. It was such a tight angle, and the ball was barely moving.
That one a half degree away. Tox comes in to finish the job regardless.
That's just not enough from Tho, and Scrubkiller half flips away from the goal. It looked like he was ready to counter-attack. He must have expected Nolly to be on the end of that pass from Tho. Either way, wide open net. Guild, their own worst enemy once again. And Giants are the team who are going to benefit from it this time.
You can just see the consistency in their play style. Very few mistakes. Executing when they have to. Not getting in each other's way. Clean Rocket League from the Giants.
Yeah, there's something for Guild to think about, because Giants didn't have this immediate success as a roster. They were, they were able to make it into the promotion tournament between RLCS Season 9 and X, but they didn't make it through that promo tournament. They were kind of just stuck in the middle for a while, and it's only recently that they've made that jump up to become a very top team, and they stuck together with the same roster for that entire time, making improvements, becoming more of a full team and a unit, as it used to be much more solo play oriented and relying on an individual star play or carry. Perhaps that's the same story we're going to see from Guild throughout this year. Unfortunately for now, they're having the same struggles, not to the same degree that they have all the time, but still it is noteworthy that Guild can make mistakes for really no reason at any time.
Double demo. Tox goes for the bump on Nolly as well on spawn. Just doing work in the trenches.
I love that he's gone for the second bump on Nolly as well, just to make sure. Demos him, and then as soon as he sees the respawn, he's like, oh, I'm coming for you. Got to get him a second time. That's definitely a man after my own heart.
There is no escape. I mean, after a double demo, someone's got to be spawning over there.
Oh, yeah. Or does it actually? Can you have two spawns on the same side?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Let us know on Twitter, guys. Can you get two players spawning on the same side after a double demo? I think you might be able to, but I'm really not sure on it.
That would be a good research topic.
What do you think, James? Should you be able to choose which side of the field you demo on? I know that's been a topic in Rocket League
Yeah,
Esports.
you know, I like the idea of, you know, hold the D-pad.
Yeah.
Which side you want to be on. I like that idea.
Should the other team be aware? Should there be like a, you know, in
No, they should just
phasing in car?
No, it should be like rock, paper, scissors at that point. And talking about rock, paper, scissors, this is the rock coming down on Guild. 4-1 now. Stake pushes that out to Zamway. Zamway off the bounce. Perfect shot.
Yeah, it looks like Guild just they got to cut out these mistakes. If they're the scissors, they're not going to make it into a position to win a regional event playing like this. They've had moments of brilliance. Game 2 was phenomenal. All 3 players getting involved and not really getting in each other's way. That's really the key for me. If Guild can go a whole series without getting in each other's way and without making each other's life difficult, then they look like a top tier team. But at times, the synergy's just not there. And it might be in the future, but it just isn't when it matters most against the top teams in EU, which Giants are, I mean, definitely in that conversation right now.
They certainly are. The Giants looking so good. That one will go the distance.
Okay. Scripted.
It's not impossible. I've seen 2 goals in 6 seconds. That's about the fastest I've ever seen it.
I think I remember that game. It was a Pashy game. Pre-season 1. Very famous 6-second comeback, 2 goals. So it has been done, but that was a long time ago. Surely Giants can put together a couple of safe kickoffs. That looks good to me. Giants will advance to stage 2. They've gone perfect, just like BDS have. Guild have 2 more attempts. They're still in a really good position. But 2-1 is what they'll have to settle for now.
One of the things I really enjoyed about the Giants is them falling behind. The battle back, they looked very good, always confident, always poised. And they are the real deal, Johnny.
Oh, yeah. They just look so okay. They look so not bothered by a mistake or something going wrong. They're like, yep, we've been through this kind of position before. Let's just bounce back. Let's just get back into the rotation, back to our normal play. Oh yeah, lose game 2, 5-1, not a problem. We're good. But Guild, whenever something goes wrong, it's like a chain reaction. It just starts off the domino effect of everything, the whole house falling down. But hopefully this isn't for all the Guild fans watching. For the Beckhams, hopefully this isn't the start of the falling apart of their stage 1 for this Swiss bracket. They've got 2 more tries. They only need 1 win, but the sooner the better.
So they got a couple of lives left. Guild will look to make it to the next stage. The Giants are through. We're going to go to a quick break, but when we come back, more RLCSX.